In my very last conversation with my dad just hours before his death, he spoke about the man who shaped his life the most, his dad, Reverend H. Mansfield Collins. Dubbed the Dollar Money King for the amount of money he raised in the AME Church, my grandfather was a larger-than-life figure to my dad growing up in the 1920s during his pastorate at Quinn Chapel AME in Chicago. Speaking of larger-than-life, my dad had some of the most amazing stories. One was of those days in then gangland Chicago and of an ice cream parlor he and my aunt and uncle were warned to steer clear of, as it was a favorite stop of Al Capone, who would treat all the neighborhood kids to ice cream. One day, my dad, my uncle, and one of their friends just happened to be in the vicinity when Capone drove up, and of course got ice cream cones. Walking home, my grandfather comes driving up the street. Well, my dad and my uncle tossed their ice cream. They looked over and their friend hadn't. "Throw away your ice cream," they told him, to which the friend replied, "He's not my daddy." In 1935, the family moved to Los Angeles with my grandfather's appointment to First AME, then known as 8th in Town. Enrolling at Polytechnic High School, my dad would meet a lifelong friend and classmate Tom Bradley. Years later, when Bradley was a police lieutenant, he'd give him a call if he had a problem, and Bradley would say, "Come on around and pick me up, I'll handle it." Aside from inheriting my grandfather's charisma, my dad could sing, and with a beautiful baritone voice, he joined a choral group organized by noted composer Chester Hairston and would perform around town. Hairston had relationships with the studios, and my dad and others in the group would often be tapped to sing in films like Imitation of Life, Behind Mahalia Jackson, and Porgy at Best, starring Sidney Poitier, Sammy Davis Jr., and Dorothy Dandridge. But perhaps his biggest bit part, and to us kids the funniest, came in 1949, when he, along with famed black character actor Joel Llewellyn, landed a small part in Mighty Joe Young.
Played that little opening scene in Mighty Joe Young. Through Justice agent, I went out and auditioned for it and got that role. Joel Llewellyn and I, we did it together. We were the two imbeciles that sold Mighty Joe Young.